ब्रेक के बाद बढ़ते हैं आगे और सीधा रुख करते प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस का। कांग्रेस नेता सचिन पायलट प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस कर रहे तो सीधा रुख करना चाहेंगे उसी का। तो कर्नाटक में एक खास प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस पीसीसी में।
Enterprise is shrinking, job losses are at the highest, poverty is increased, and all sectors the government is going to perform. I do take the point that government should not be in the business of running hotels, perhaps, or even airlines, the tourism sector, for example. But the railways, mining, telecom sector, any right-thinking country will understand that those are strategic assets. And what stops the PE funds or international funds to make an SPV and invest through an Indian entity and pick up stake in these very important strategic assets? So this question is not just about gross mismanagement of the economy. The question is, what is India's priority? I think it is not just the Congress party, but every right-thinking Indian will ask the question that if you are able to not generate revenues, should you be selling a family silver at this rate? And here was a government which had opposed everything when UPA was in power. They opposed the US nuclear deal, they opposed liberalized economy, they opposed WTO, they opposed Aadhaar card when we started the Aadhaar card, they opposed the direct benefit transfers when we started that, they opposed the GST, and now there's a complete turnaround in what they say and what they do. Today the biggest challenge we face is that the government has actually stopped caring about the price rise that we face. Today, petrol and diesel is costing more than 100 rupees a litre. I mean, I was in Rajasthan in some place and they said, sir, that petrol and diesel now costs more than desi ghee. You know what your ghee cost? I remember the statements of our friends in BJP when the petrol diesel was 60 rupees a litre, 65 rupees a litre. The cooking gas cylinder is now 900 rupees a cylinder. Instead of curbing inflation, instead of setting the economy right, they have actually, I think, squandered away a lot of the money in vanity projects. The priorities absolutely defocused, inflation is its highest, and look at the slogans we've heard in the last 7 years. We've heard smart cities, we've heard Swachh Bharat, Stand Up India, Start Up India, Make in India, the Ganga, is it any cleaner than it was? So in 7 years, we've had 17 slogans and delivery has been zero. But this particular issue that's been taken up, there was no stakeholders that were invited or called for consultations when the modernization policy was announced. There was no talks with trade unions. And I fear at a time where jobs are so scarce that selling off of these assets, the private entities when they take over, they will certainly lay off huge number of people to be more profitable. That means more jobs will be lost. No discussion with trade unions, no discussion with stakeholders, no discussion. Parliament too has become a mockery because government of India does not believe in having any debate in Parliament. So therefore, all these things, there was no consultation paper, there was no music invited, there was no discussion of any sort. It was just a unilateral decision which this government is known for, decided, announced the NMP and say the process is also not very well illustrated. So our fear is that not only the process is questionable, but the end beneficiaries, will it be the same people who we suspect will get a hands on India's ports, railways and airports, and coal mining and power transmission and a cable network and underground fiber network? These are important assets. They have taken a lot of effort to make those assets. It's not a party's property. A government is only a trustee of the people of India. It has to act with transparency. It has to show credibility. It has to show that its heart and policies are in the right place. Sad to say, it's a complete opposite today in India. The government of India, the way it's functioned,